All right, good morning, everybody. Hopefully, you had a good Thanksgiving if you were in Canada. Today, we're looking at Lay's here. It's looking pretty good. We saw some nice price action out of it. If I zoom out a little bit and see it a little better, we're going from $1.93 here to a high of about 280. It's sitting up pretty high from, or pretty close to that high of day already. So we're kind of hoping for a bounce off of maybe the 20 EMA here, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're going to go for a little bit of a drop. We might see a drop down to about 260, and then hopefully we see it run after that. We've got APRN running right now, which is looking pretty good as well, going from a low of 234 to a high there of 278. So again, we've got some good range, got some good levels here to work with. B set, we don't have a lot of action. Early on, we saw a couple candles with some good action, but nothing since. And I really don't think we're going to be playing this, especially with the price range it's at. VISL, we've played before, and it turned out to be kind of a slow rolling tank, but pre-market's not really showing us anything, so I'm not really sure if this is going to be playable either. We've got AGFY. Was looking good early in the pre-market, going from 37 cents all the way up to 56 cents. We're currently back down to that 40-cent range. So we may see this pop up a little bit. Hopefully, we see some action out of this because this is something if we catch early on, and it's going to be a good move that we could actually see some good profits from something like this. So hopefully, Lay's picks up after its little dip here, if it does dip, and AGFY. So Lay's opens up. It's hitting resistance right away. So let's see if it can break through. Yeah, okay, so it's going to break through a little bit here. We could probably take this as a play then. That's Lay's. I'm going to try for like low 270s here. We might have a little bit of a pullback. That would be great. 290 with a 2, maybe just a 260 stop. So we're going to give it about 10 cents. We'll have to see where it comes down to. Got 274 here, so give it 10 cents from wherever you get in. Maybe like 262, 263, something like that. Or stop right there. That is Lay's. Got something else popping up on the scanner too I can take a look at. It's currently 282, so we're looking pretty good here. We can go ahead and take profits the second we have 10 cents profit. So taking profit, Lay's 283-ish. Just to secure some, because this is probably, I still think this is due for a pullback. I don't know how far the pullback is going to be, but we'll have to wait and see on that. We got a couple things I kind of want to keep an eye on here. We got Voxer. So that's not really doing anything. It did have some action in the pre-market there, but we're not seeing much action right now. Tops is something that ran yesterday, and it might do it again today. We didn't see any action in the pre-market here, so that's why I didn't pull it up. But I want to keep an eye on it because we saw the same thing happen yesterday. APRN's right on that 20 or 200 EMA here. So this could be a good area for it to turn around. So I kind of want to try an APRN play. 255. We're gonna go for 275, and then just a 250 stop. I think that puts us right below the support level here. That's only 5 cents. You can definitely give it more room. So if you get in a little late, you can give it a couple extra cents. You probably don't want to go for about 8 cents for a stop on this. Okay, so we saw that take a high at 265 there. So if you got in around, 258, 257, that's not a bad place. So about 265 to 266 is a good place to take some profit on this. Some profit, APRN, 266-ish, 266, 267, something like that. There we go, 267. Okay, looking good there. We have a nice pull there. We're at 290 here on Lay's. So we're going to go ahead and call PT on that. And taking more profits here. Going to leave a little bit in there just to see if we can get it higher. But currently 290 is looking pretty good. Nothing out of Visual here. AGFI is really not moving at all. Whoops, I just opened up a new chart there. Voxer not doing anything. Seeing a little bit of price action on tops, which is good, but not a whole lot. BSET, we're just going to close down. APRN sitting at that 268, 269 area. getting rejected off of that resistance. SNTI went out open, so let's take a look at SNTI as well. SNTI. Morning, guys. Do you trade options? No, I do not. I kind of think I'm going to start learning to trade options to leverage my money and maybe give me some other options. No pun intended on things I want to try out. So yeah, I think eventually I'll try it when I get some free time, but might take me some time to get there. 292 on Lays here, 265 on APRN. Vizzle's still not, I'm just gonna close Vizzle down, it's not doing anything. AGFY as well, just to clear up some room on the board here. Tops, a little bit of price action. SNTI is looking okay so far. Volume's a little lacking right this second though. That's SP&E, let's go for it. Let's see. Could have some stuff going on here. Let's see. We're at the $6 price range. We're ranging from about $5.80 to $6. It's a pretty tight range. There's volume behind it. I'm not seeing any price action right now. Yeah, it's we'll come back to this. This might do something. We got APRN hitting that resistance once again. We'll see if it can break through. 293 on Lays here. We hit as high as 295. Again, you know what? Just take profits wherever you can. If 295 looks like it's topping out, maybe we should just take some profit at 295. Peggy, that's another one that ran for the last couple days. Maybe it'll be running today. It's definitely got some movement to it. I like it. I think maybe this is the right area to buy in. So 418. We'll see. Peggy, 1G. 418. Gonna go for maybe 450 on it, just out of volatility here. And then a 410 stop. So we're not actually going to give this a lot of room. We're actually going to give it barely any room because I really don't want to break that bottom band and start heading down further. We're just using this as a little volatility buffer. So if that stops us out, that's fine. Peggy. If you can get a couple cents lower, honestly, even better, but don't have to worry too much about that as we're not playing at the threshold of our stop here. We just hit up to 436. Again, volatility, that's good enough. Take some profits out there. Just take out a little bit and make sure you take some profit on that. We've got APRN all the way up at just about to touch 280 here. We can take some profits on this. Taking some profits, APRN. That's 278-ish. You know, you could maybe say 280. Let's just say 280-ish. Very eventful morning so far. Okay. Lays hitting $3 here. So we can go ahead and take some more profits on Lays at $3. And then we're seeing a huge drop here. It's not going to hold on the 9 EMA, I doubt. I would doubt that it would hold here. It'd have to be very bullish to bounce off that. We'll come back to that in a second here, just taking a closer look at everything else. Peggy's still bouncing around. Lays does look like it wants to bounce off that 9 EMA. Got a couple shares, so I'm not in a rush to buy back in. So if it does come back down to maybe the 20 EMA, we'll consider jumping in. If it hits the VWAP, that's probably best case scenario. Just waiting to see if top starts to have some sort of pattern to it. And APRN's on its way back down. So we still have a little bit of APRN. We still have a little bit of Lays. We may end up running these down quite a bit, or, you know, maybe it goes higher and we tap out at the top. Honestly, I kind of like when we hold a little bit and end up selling lower, because at least we guaranteed that we got most out at the top. Whereas when it continues to run and we're taking profits at the top until we're out of money, it kind of makes me feel a little bit fear of missing out, because you never know if it's going to run more past that, and it usually does. APRN bouncing nicely. You've got lots of support in this area here, about 266. Why can't you hear the stream? Probably a Discord error. Yeah, sometimes that happens. Lay's breaking that $3 mark, so we're up 306. Might hit 310. Top end still opening up. Already, eh? Look at that. Yeah, see that's also another thing. Good suggestion. You can go into your settings, user settings, and you can see what the output's set to. Maybe it's set to your headphones, you don't have your headphones in, or maybe it's, set to your speakers and your speakers are on mute because you have a headphone in, something like that. Peggy looking good. Maybe even a vacation. Hey man, I'll take it. Whenever you want. We'll go get a steak dinner or something. Might have to fly out there though. I think we're on like opposite sides of the continent. Peggy's still looking good, almost 440. We got APR looking like it wants to bounce. This could be an area to add more 266, but from where we're currently sitting, that's not a lot of profit on the way up, so I'm not really too inclined to jump back in. Is Lays risky now? If you're thinking about jumping in, yes, I would say it's pretty risky. Definitely don't want to be buying in on the high, so I would wait for a pullback. If you're just holding on to some extra shares, I would say it's probably okay. Peggy's looking good, breaking 440 here. We still took profits relatively close to 440, so I mean, you can take some more here if you want, but it's not really necessary. SNTI is just kind of giving up at the moment. It almost took a play on SNTI. You think it looks really bullish? It looks like fairly... See, the problem with this is like, it looks like we're hitting a lot of volume here, right? So we're going to get buyer's exhaustion eventually. Going to run out of buyers and it's going to start heading into bearish zone. So that's kind of what we're waiting for to jump back in, is we want those buyers to kind of step away and let the sellers start selling off so that we can get a better entry. So we're starting to get there. We just need to break. If we break this 9 EMA, we could see it down to the 20, possibly VWAP. So we're just going to have to wait a minute and see. We got to as high as 306 there. Didn't quite hit 310. APRN still struggling. Very bearish candle there. Bullish one the one before, so it's very undecided on where it's going to go. Top still heading down. Just move Peggy up here. So we broke higher, and we hit that 440 zone on Peggy. We're not really going anywhere with this, but we made a little bit of money, and we might make a little bit more. We could see a bounce off the 9 EMA on Lays again, but at some point it's going to give up that 9 EMA and start heading down further. That's what I'm kind of waiting for. 10-cent scalps are great, but it's a little too high risk for me where it's currently sitting. Okay, so we've got SH, or let's take a look at SCPH. 420 to 450 is not that bad, but the range here is pretty tight. Has heavy short interest, yeah. Yeah, I noticed that too. APRN's been on that tipping scale for a while. Nerf, we could take a look at Nerf. Oops. Yeah, I'm not really seeing too much on Nerf that I like. There's not enough volume. There's not enough price action, and the candles are not really looking that great. So, and the price range itself is a little high for me. I'm gonna have to skip out on that one. You know what? Lace is still holding that 9 EMA and might go again here back up to that 306 area. I'm still not really... I'd like to see this MACD come down a little bit more without the price action coming down to prove that it's going to go up again, but yeah. If I was completely out of shares here, I may consider jumping in it here, just because you might be able to get a stop loss at a reasonable level here. You could get like a 10-cent stop loss, get in 290, 280 stop would be pretty reasonable, but I feel like we could see a bigger dip than that. APRN giving it up a little bit. If we hit that 200 again, we'll probably look to open a new position. Got back popping up. We could take a look at that. Do I want to get rid of anything? This one. Very consistent little gains here, but again, the price range is pretty slim. Not really what I'm looking to play. Peggy up at 460 here. We're going to go ahead and take some more profit. 460. I don't know if I said 260 or not, but I meant 460. At almost 465 there. That's a fairly good area. Lots of profit there. Lay's starting to dip down to that 20 EMA now, so this is what we were kind of hoping to see. I'm still hoping to see it at VWAP, but I'm not quite sure we'll get there. And if we do get there, that MACD may be in a bad spot with it. APRN down to that 200 EMA again, so we can go ahead and take a trade on APRN. We're looking for that 200 EMA, so about 258 to 275 with just a 250 stop again. So we don't have to do anything crazy with that stop. We're just giving it enough room. So volatility doesn't stop us out. That this should start heading back up because 200 EMA is a very bullish zone. Okay, so Lays looks like it is bouncing up the 20 EMA. This could be a good area for us to jump in on. Lays, so off the 20 EMA is looking like maybe a 280, maybe 290 entry. I'm gonna go for like 320, but we might only get up to about 310. And then probably a what's stop loss here? 280. We'll give it a 280 stop loss. I'm not sure we'll need all that room, but I'd like to have it in case a little bit of volatility here. So we'll open up a brand new position on Lays. Of course, if you're patient, you can get lower, then that's obviously going to be better, but it's not really worth it. Might as well just jump in and see where it takes us. Yeah, Peggy's still going. We see this up to almost 470 there. APRN with a nice bounce, so we're currently at 264. Oops, I misspelled Lays. There we go. Looking good, 264. Where did we get in? On APRN 260, yeah. Could have gotten in slightly lower, but that's okay. Yeah, back not really something we want to play. What's Tops doing back to almost 6? Peggy still holding above that resistance, or I guess support. Oh, it's taking a dip. We got SNTI not coming back quite yet. Lays holding that 290 area. MACD still pointed down, so we may have gotten a little bit presumptuous with that entry, but we're back to 295 now. If we hit $3, I'll take a little bit out. Or when we hit $3. For a longer hold. Like a longer day trade, or are we talking like swing trade? Yeah, it's not looking too bad. Volume's a little concerning in some areas, but 277 to $3. So yeah, it's got a decent range to it. It's a little hard to tell what this is going to do, but if you look at the grander scale of things, like this has been rocking it for quite some time here. So a nice little tear. The low is 56 cents, so it's gotten up quite a bit actually. Let's see here. APRN still kind of struggling. Lay still kind of struggling. Peggy heading back down to the 9 EMA. Yeah, honestly, it's like a swing opportunity. This might work out. As a day trade, you might get a little bit off it. Oh yeah. Stayed up later than I should have. SHPH not SHPH. SCPH is not looking too terrible, but again, the range is still pretty tight on this. We're not seeing much in terms of profit. We hit back up to 298 on Lays there, almost $3. So that looks like a good area to take some profits. That call. Profit. Lay's 298. Not quite 10 cents, but I mean if you got in at 288, it's 10 cents, but um close enough, and I don't really want to risk running to stop holding all of it, so Peggy back down, or not Peggy, APRN back down to the 200 EMA here, so we're going to see if it holds again. It should hold. We should see another bounce off this. SNTI might be bottoming out here. Looks like it's been holding here for a little bit anyway. We do see that bounce on APRN. This looks like it's about to give up that 20 EMA, so I wouldn't be holding onto a large amount here on Lays. I don't think we'll hit stop. I think that's going to be a little dramatic, but we could see a dip. So if that scares you, definitely wouldn't be holding on to too much of it. You think APRN's going to move? It's getting there. Peggy 265, 266. You might break into a new high here. FNHC, let's take a look at that too. Why not? Let's see, what are we going to get rid of here? Well, nothing right now, so we'll just add it. FNHC is actually looking pretty good. It's got good volume, good price action. MACD is fairly stable right now. 33 cents to 47 cents. It's got, yeah, decent range to it. Taking it off the 9 EMA seems a little risky, but we could try. I'm down for a little added risk. FNHC. I do like the way this looks. Probably 44 cents is where I'd like to get in. We're going to go for 0.55 and then a 0.42 stop loss. So we're going to give it about 2 cents. I would like to give it more. I would honestly like to give it to 0.39, but I feel like that's just too much of a stop. That is... So we'll see if we can get an entry on that. Oh, let's see here. Peggy looking good. APRN still not giving us much. We did see $3 on Lays here. It's consolidating pretty heavily right now, which is not necessarily a bad sign. That MACD is going to start to turn around, it looks like, so we may start heading up for the next run soon. That MACD, or the VWAP here might actually move up past the stop by the time we get in anyway, so who knows. APRN is starting to worry me how long it's sitting on this 200 EMA. This is not exactly what I was hoping to see, but we'll see what happens here. Yeah, I am waiting on FNHC. It's too high currently. I don't really want to, if I got it at 0.47, I'd be looking at like a 0.45 stop loss, and that's just way too close. 0.45 I'd consider getting in with a 0.43 stop, because that kind of gives us a little bit of room below the 20 EMA, but that's about as high as I think I'd get in. Peggy can break a new high, drop back down to VWAP at 440. APRN slowly breaking down here. So you could take this as an exit right now if you want to, because we're breaking down in a very bearish way. Or if you want to risk it, we do have a support area below. So it's not a very good support area, but it could hold. Very, very close to our stop though. Lays is still looking okay. We're at 0.45 on FNHC. Could get in here. Might even get 0.44, which is what we're ideally looking for. Tops continues to drop. SHPH or SCPH not doing anything. RVPH, it's moving. It's 3 cents every couple minutes or so, but it's getting there. Very, very slowly. Lays has yet to really do much of anything. We're seeing those bands flatten out on both sides, so it's defining a range. Peggy looking to come back up. APRN still unsure. Looks like it might start reversing and going back up here, but can't be certain. We could just hit a knife and hit stop real quick on that. Really, right at the bottom of 0.45, I'd break into 0.44 here. $290 sell orders coming in, so at 0.44. So if it starts breaking down, it could see a little bit of a drop here. We're at 0.44 now, so that's basically where we were looking to get in. FNHC, yeah. See, I said it right, but I typed it in wrong anyway somehow. What did I break here? I'm just gonna have to undo. What did I take? Did I take a trade after Lays? No, okay, good. I think I fixed the... Just messing around with the ledger here. Was getting a bunch of errors on it, so I think I fixed it. That undo button is really great. Did I get in? Yeah, I got it. Yeah, lays back up to $3 there, so that's the move we were kind of expecting after the consolidation, 304, something like that. I think it's going to go higher. We could hit 310 on this. APRN breaks down, so if you didn't take that earlier opportunity for a cut, you're stopping out on it. And we can call stop on it. APRN. FNHC is at the 0.44, 0.43 area now. So we might be seeing a little bit of a dip. We'll see if that stops us out. We just hit that 310 area on Lays, so that's an area to take profits. 10. So we did get a pretty good entry, I gotta say. It was pretty much the exact bottom, so we did really well on that. And we will see what the rest of this has in store for us. FNHC took a nasty dip down to the 20 EMA. We're going to see if it bounces here. Very close to the zero line on MACD, so let's see if it holds. RVPH 309. We have SNTI finding its bottom here at 360. Looks like it has moved back up a little bit. Not really the kind of play I'd be hoping to see out of it, but you never know. Someone might want to take something like that. Peggy's looking good still. Like miles up from our stop, so I'm not really worried about it. Lay's looking like it's finding resistance at that 310 area. Might find some support in this area here. We know we're finding some resistance right at 310. APRN looks like it's coming back a little bit. GM. Oh, good morning. Yeah, good morning to you too. Yeah, I don't know, man. FNHC is getting pretty close to that stop line. Took a bit further of a dip than anticipated. We were kind of hoping this MACD or the VWAP was going to pull up a little bit and cover our stop, but that didn't end up happening. It's starting to flatten out, which means we might be riding this stop line for a little bit if it doesn't even touch, but I think it might stop us out. So taking a 0.43 exit, not the worst option in the world. You may be crying if it goes back up, but 2-cent stop on a 40-cent stock is a lot. At least a lot for me. Lay's looking good, breaking through that resistance a little bit there. I saw it all the way up to 312 or 313. APR not holding. Wow, our scanner's so scarce right now. Like there's literally nothing that's really running. It's all Lays. Everything has to do with Lays today. Back up to 0.44, so we got real close to stopping out on that. Peggy looking good still. Yeah, Peggy's one of these things that like we're gonna be holding on to it for so long, and then the second you stop looking is when it hits a new high. Lays back to 410. Or 310, sorry. No, I'm still in FNHC. That's really hard to say, but it came real close to our stop. I knew this was going to be a risky play, so I accepted that I might just hit stop on it. But it looks like it's recovering. We might get rejected here, but it looks like it's breaking through so far. We're almost at 0.45. I might take some profit there, though, because I am a little worried about it coming back down. So taking some profit. FNHC. FNHC, yeah. 0.45. Just to take a little risk off the table here and secure at least a tiny bit of profit. We're seeing up to 315 here on Lays. You could take a little bit here if you want to. I kind of want to wait for 320. There's 0.45 on FNHC. Lays 315. 320 should be right around the corner. 5-minute scale. When was the last time we were here? Long time ago. We get 313, so we're going to see some resistance here, but if we can break past this 315 resistance, we might not see any resistance up until about 360. Maybe a little bit at 330, and then we're looking at resistance at 360, and then maybe some more around 390. So well, to keep that in mind here. FNHC back down, just touching, almost touched 0.46. That would have been nice, but looks like it's heading back down now. So we may stop out on the remainder. This is so iffy. We're going to be riding this stop line. Oh, man. Peggy looks like it's having problems breaking that point, or 456 stop, but we are riding VWAP up nicely. It looks like it's holding pretty well here. Lays back down to the 309, 310 area. APR and still slowly breaking down. S&TI, yeah, really no volume. Got like no volume in the market today. It's kind of boring. That's okay. I think we got a couple new people, so this gives people an opportunity to adjust a little better to how quickly trades come and go, I think. Yeah, we're right back at that stop there on FNHC. FNHC? Yeah, that's how it is. I feel like it should be FNCH, but looks like it's probably going to stop us out, but it just won't do it. Lays drop back to 299. Yep, that could be a buy opportunity. It's not the worst opportunity in the world. We're not bearish on that MACD yet, so that's a good sign. This could just be an institution selling up a big portion of their position, which means we should start to see this rise back up. But that being said, it still looks fairly bullish. There's good support in that area, 294. Right there. I see some support, I guess. APRN still bearish? Yeah, I would say APRN still bearish. As far down as this could go, you might find this at the 240 area. Let's look at the 5-minute. So on the 5-minute, we're even past the 200 and on the 2-minute. So maybe the 15-minute. No, we're like way past it. So this is looking pretty bearish by all means. I'm not seeing an area to bounce off of really, unless we hit the bottom here, 235, and then we might see some sort of recovery. Look how close this is coming to stopping us out and then going back up every time. That's so funny. Lays here did take a little bit more of a dip. It looks like we're sitting on that support area here. On the 5-minute, this looks like a really healthy pullback. We might see this break into a downtrend if we break lower. So if we start seeing bodies that are going below 289 on the 5-minute, become bearish. But that's a very bullish candle there. So I think I might just jump back in here and try for a 10-cent scalp because we don't really have a whole lot going on in the market right now. So we want to make sure we're using these 10 trades. Man, if we could get like 295, that would be ideal. Oops, I almost sent that in the wrong channel. Please. 295. Gonna go for like 310 on it. and then probably 285 stop to give it some room. That is above VWAP, unfortunately, but I mean, if you have to get $3, not the worst option. I would just like to get in lower, obviously, to maximize profits. I don't anticipate this going down any further. APRN still hanging down. Peggy not doing much. We saw a nice spike up to 0.46. Again, like we were saying, 0.46 is another area to take profits, so make that call. FNHC 0.46. So it looks bullish. We are slowly making new highs here, which is good. That's what we want to see. However, we're very, very close on the stop, and I don't like that. And eventually, I feel like we're going to bounce off VWAP, which means we will stop out. So just happy that it's slowly giving us more and more profits along the way here, because I think eventually we will stop out on the remainder. SHPH could be getting ready for a move here. Volume's still relatively low, though. You decide not to trade today. You're not missing a whole lot. You're really not. Things just aren't really moving. Oh, that was a sharp knife. That almost got us right back down to the bottom there. I'm going to close down RBPH because I don't think I'm going to take a play on that. And we have some other stuff popping up. So we've got IMUX running pretty good right now. We also have FNGR popping up, which is looking okay as well. So we have a couple other options. They're kind of a higher price points. This one's got not too much range to it. IMUX has a slightly better range. How far this is going to go, that's I'm not really sure. We are seeing some decent sized pullbacks though, so we know to wait for a pullback. Your trend line is saying below 281 on Lays is bearish. Yeah, probably. So it looks like we're going to be getting close to that 295 entry. Yeah, I would say that anything below VWAP here is probably pretty bearish. So you're looking at 285 and then lower is probably going to become very bearish. Peggy's lines are consolidating, which is good. FNCH or FNHC is looking real close to stopping us out again. GGE we could take a look at. Looking pretty good. We had a nice jump there, $2 to 244. Current range is 230 to 240. Not bad. Might be playable. I'd like to see this drop a little bit though. We can start closing out things that aren't moving. We're probably not going to play SCPH. We're probably not going to play SNTI. Not going to play tops. That should be good for now. This is not good for it's not good for the heart, the amount of stress that FNHC is producing here. We need this to start to actually like making newer highs or something, because it riding, thank God. I'm actually kind of glad it just stopped us out on the remainder there, because it was getting a little stressful just watching it hover around that zone. But we made out with some profits, so I'm not entirely worried about it. We might even see this bounce off VWAP and get a better entry on it. I'll have to wait and see. We are bearish right now, so it could continue down. So Lays gave us as low as 297, so maybe you got a slightly better entry on Lays. It does look like it wants to come back up. GGE, nice drop there to the 20 EMA, so 236. We could take this as an opportunity to buy in. This could be looking a little bearish. That last candle is pretty bearish. This one's not exactly bullish yet, so yeah, let's try it. What did I do here? There we go. 235. That's an entry. Try for 250 as a PT, and then a 230 stop loss gives us at least a little bit of room. You could give it a little bit more room if you want. Like, you could go down to maybe 229 stop loss. I think that's actually probably a little bit better. I'm going to say that 229 stop loss, not 230. Gives us a tiny bit more room. I don't know if it's going to be needed or not, but we'll see. Lays all the way up to 308, so if you got in 297, 298, 308's looking pretty good to take profits, so we can go ahead and do that. Taking profits. Lays 208-ish. Or sorry, 308. 308-ish. Not 208. Would not be taking any profit if it was 208. GG looks like it's bouncing, so we saw 235 starting to look up a little bit here. Still pretty risky, very risky trade. So if you're up for the day and you don't want to take a necessary or unnecessary risk, this is going to be that trade you probably want to avoid. Profit could be good on it though, so and we're running out of options, and I do want to get at least 10 trades in. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 so far. We've got 2 more trades. Yeah, see, we're running behind schedule a little bit here. FNHC dropped down even further, so we're going to let that be. Finger with a nice drop, but again, the range here just isn't fantastic, so I'm not sure I want to touch that. IMUX, we're still waiting for a pullback. Peggy broke into a new high here, hitting almost 480. Not bad. Not bad place to take some profits. We're still holding on to some Peggy. APRN continues to drop, so this one's just bearish. Lays found 309, did not break that 310 resistance this time. Nice candle on Peggy, yeah, no kidding. Oh, we got some spam. How do I ban? I always forget. Ban. There we go. Replace it with a banned GIF. There's a new banned GIF and I like it. Subscribe to my OnlyBans. Love it. I love GIFs. Peggy's down a little bit here. Got a lays back up to 308. Maybe trying to test that 310 resistance. You think it's building a downtrend? Could be. Let's see. The 5 minutes still looking pretty good. I think on the 5 minutes looking like it's going to push for a new high here. 1 minute, not necessarily looking bearish to me, but not really bullish either at the moment. We're up a couple cents on GGE. Not a lot though. Gonna take us some time to get where we want to go on that, I think. Lays back down to $3 here. If we break down from the 20 EMA, I don't know what's gonna happen. Could end up dropping just to this 294 support again. Might hit that bottom band. If that bottom band starts opening up, our stop loss is right there. Almost back to 270 on Peggy. APRN might start turning around here. We're very close. We actually did touch the bottom here, so this is the area I was saying we need to watch for. And it does look like it wants to start moving back up. This could be a good recovery play. I think I actually like this as a recovery play, and I don't normally like to try and pick the bottom and move up with it, but I think this could be it. So I'm going to go ahead with APRN here. I'd like to get in probably 238. 235 would be ideal, but I'm not sure we're going to get that low again. We're going to go for at least 250 on it with a 230 would be a great stop, but I don't think we're going to get that low. I think 233 is where we're going to have to be. Give it 5 cents from 238. It would have to break a new low to hit that, so that's not the worst stop in the world. Likely to see that start to pick up. Bullish candle here on Lays. This one here is not so bullish so far yet. Piggyback to 470. FNHC heading down, fingers looking to head back up a little bit. IMUX has yet to really give up much in terms of the zone it's in to see that dip that we want to see. APRN 241 currently, and Lays still at 304. I'm on TWS, and I do not have TradingView integrated with it. I don't like the way they did the integration, so I just leave it as is. So I place orders on TWS. All right. $308. We might be testing that 310 resistance. $309. We need to break higher here. We need to show some bullishness. We need to hit at least 310 this time. Come on, 310. Now we got a big wall there. Down to 302 now. Yeah, we keep getting rejected off that 308. Yeah, APRN's starting to take off here, so looks like we did find the bottom so far. We do have to break through this 20 EMA. I'm not sure how much of a resistance that's going to be. Got a little bit to go before I even want to really take profits. Probably take profits at 245. I know it's not a lot, but might be worth it. Lay's literally going from $3 to 309, like over and over and over again. So if you have unlimited day trades, you can definitely take this scalp over and over again. Or at least attempt to, with, you know, just giving yourself a tiny bit of room on the downside, maybe like a 299 or 298 stop, and give yourself a little bit of room on the top as well. You know, go for a 308 PT instead of a 309. You know, do some range trading. Saw up to 243, so we got pretty close to 245 there, but it is taking a little bit of a pullback here. Peggy's looking to maybe break a new high again. That's preferable. GGE gonna stop us out. Just could not hold. We had a couple cents profit there, but nothing worth taking. So that's just gonna be a straight stop. Okay. We need something to start moving because I'm getting bored. Of course, it's going to bounce right off the stop. This one looks like it barely touched and it stopped me out, but we've had others that like dip a tiny bit below and don't stop me out. It's weird. There's Peggy's new high, $5. Wipes out more than your P&L. Ah, that sucks. I'm going to take some profits here on Peggy, obviously. Taking profits. Peggy, 5. Where are we at with this? This is just going nuts. We just hit like almost 510. I'll say 510-ish because this could continue going up, but the thing is I want to make sure that I secure some profits here because if we end up in a halt, we could end up riding this back down pretty hard, and I don't want to do that. So I'll take what I can get. I still have a little bit left, so I mean, like, we could run this into a halt and see what happens. Lay's still looking okay. So if two bad trades are wiping out more than your P&L, you have to adjust your risk parameters. Either you're risking too much per trade or you're not letting your runners run enough. So you got to work on your risk reward ratio. And of course, there's, you know, sometimes it just happens where like something blows past your stop and you take a way lower stop than you meant to. But yeah, most of the time it's people taking profits too early. And if you're new at trading, that can be the case. A lot of people do that. You can look at maybe scaling out as an option. Your TZ Pro has about a 10-second delay. Really? Like TZ's behind the Discord display? That's weird. That's strange. That's really weird. Huh. Would have never thought that trading fee here would be faster than a brokerage. And obviously you've got live market data. I don't think I need to ask that. So maybe there's something going on with TZ right now. Because that definitely shouldn't be the case. And 10 seconds is a huge gap. Actually, you know what? I don't really use like brokerage charts to do charting. So I mean, IBKR could be behind too. I'm not actually entirely sure. Back to 241 on APRN here. Something going on with TZ, yeah. Yeah, yeah, I mean, they're okay. I like the ease of use on Trade Zero. My only complaint really isn't even the like what they have and what they don't have. It's more or less their customer service and like they're not like, oh yeah, we'll take that into consideration. Like the best answer I could get out of them for them wanting to add stuff is like, well, if you have a big enough account, we'll listen to you. And I'm like, well, I'm not gonna dump millions of dollars in your account, so you'll add, a percentage stop for me. You should just do it because, it's a good thing to have. Back down on APRN. Lay's looking decent again, moving back up. Probably going to hit that 308 area again. You might see it come a little bit higher this time. The bands are starting to tighten, so looks like it might pick up in volatility. Yeah, it looks like it will break up or down right now. You're correct in that. Capital preservation greater than profits, yeah. Yeah, they said it in a roundabout way of basically saying, if you have a big enough account with us, we take your opinion more into account. Which to me doesn't sound like proper customer service. Like I could definitely do it if I wanted to, but I'm not willing to go and dump millions of dollars into their account just to show them that I have money so they'll listen. I'll just use their stuff as is. Peggy almost saying that five. It's just like running up now. It's kind of been doing it all day, I guess. It's consolidating around an area, moving up and consolidating, moving up, consolidating, moving up. I see a consolidation here and another move, but after the next move, I'll be out of shares on this, so I'll be a little sad about that. Blaze still hitting that 308 area and not going higher. Starting to get a little annoying with that. I'd like to see this up to at least 310 so we break into a new high. Maybe pick up some new buyers. Exactly, help them be more competitive. Yeah. I find that just a lot of brokerages are like that though, where they don't want to listen to you and be like, well, like I've got a lot of trading experience and I think that you could really benefit by having this. Yeah, sure, it benefits me too, because then I get that service, but I can easily get that service from another brokerage. So by you not adding that, I might just go and spend my money with a different brokerage. So yeah, they should be listening to people. We're breaking down on APRN here. So if you didn't take profits around 243, we're getting pretty close to that area where we might be thinking of a stop out. I don't know if it's going to go lower. It could go lower, but yeah, it's hard to say. It's hard to say with this. We're gonna see what Lays does here. That was a pretty bullish candle, I guess. Well, kind of indecisive, but I'd like it to be bullish. Got about 8 minutes left, so I'm hoping to see some more gains out of this. APR in at 235, yep. 237 now. Looks like a slow breakdown to me. We're getting bodies lower than they should be now, so not really liking that, but we'll see what it has in store. If we stop out, I think I'll get at least a break even on it. It'll be pretty close. Peggy having a lot of wicks on the top here, but it kind of always has and still manages to push higher, so I guess take that with a grain of salt. Hmm. Fingers on that 200 right now. That could be a good buy-in opportunity. I'm not really seeing too much else. IMOX just continues to run. APRN, well, we're seeing a little bit of a spike here. That's a good question. I would say that most people, I think, are trading on Interactive Brokers. I think Trade Zero is probably kind of up there. I think Webull is also kind of up there. And then I think we have a bunch of people on a bunch of different stuff. I have one more trade for the day. I don't think I'm going to find it in the next 6 minutes and actually want to take it. So I'm probably just going to keep watching the charts. I might put out another alert today if I see something I like, but at the same time, I'm not going to just throw the money at something and risk it for no reason. So I guess we'll see if something pops up. If not, we'll just have to take 9 trades today instead of 10. We will see. Peggy breaking $5 again. We could see a run out of Peggy. Honestly, Peggy might be a good place to park your money if you're going to play past the first hour. It is sitting up pretty high right now, but yeah, I don't know. This looks like it needs a major pullback. Yeah, exactly. GG went green for you. Hey, there you go. You lucky bugger. Lay's still not really doing a whole lot. You bought Blue Apron? It looks like it might do okay here. It's starting to come back. It's at 240 again. If you see 242, 243, it could be a good place to take some more profits. No, I wouldn't say I'm alerting after my lives every day now. I watch the chart, so if I see opportunities, I post them. I usually don't watch all day because I've got other things I need to get done and stuff. But usually for the next like hour or two, I'll watch some charts, and if something pops up on a scanner, I'll look at it, and if I see something that looks like a good opportunity, I usually will call it out. But can't promise I'm going to be here every day doing it. And I also can't say that even if I am here, that I'll find stuff worth trading past the first hour. Peggy's hitting a nice pullback. Honestly, you might see this. You might see me take this as my final trade in a little bit here, maybe off VWAP or something. We'll have to see. I'm still holding on to a little bit of Lays. We still have a little bit of Peggy. Besides that, we're holding on to APRN with a little bit as well. So we've got 3 trades kind of open. We're going to be ending the stream here in a minute, so we'll just go over the money board here. So as you can see, today's been a pretty slow day. We only made 300 bucks on the account. So we hit our 2% minimum goal, which is good, but I really would have preferred to hit 4%, maybe even 5%. Win rate's 84.1%. And for a trade summary, we're up 50% today on alerts. So definitely the slowest day so far. That could change. We could hit a massive trade or a good runner or something in the next little bit on one of these stocks. So we'll watch things. We'll see if something pops up, and if it pops up, maybe we'll take another trade and boost that for the day. But as it stands, that's where we're at. So it's been a pretty slow one today. Hopefully, y'all made some money. But other than that, I'm gonna hop off, and I will see you guys tomorrow. So take care, guys. Made a small amount. Good. See ya.